Peanuts, it is Princess Cat here, and today we are looking at debuting my tiny account, Tiny Dancer. Now, I did show her in one of my other videos. I've had a few inquiries about maybe doing some videos on a smaller account and giving some advice on those who may have returned to the game after a long time, or maybe are new to the game, or are just interested in starting a small account. Now, this account was kind of a surprise, and not a surprise for y'all, but a surprise for me, because this account was started about 2 years ago. It was a friend of mine's, and within about 2 months of her playing, she was gifted a much larger account. So for the better part of 2 years, and I could show you our execution list here, she has been used as our execute account. So I've just been using it to get buffs and bonuses off of. So nothing has been done for almost 2 full years. And I got the notion that I would bring her into tow for April Blood Moon and use the XP that she had to hunt bloodies, so I could get tow some points, and then I could also use her to farm from my other 2 accounts. But what I wasn't anticipating is that she wasn't strong enough to hunt bloodies. She had like Conquer +5 gear, and that was it. And so I didn't want to waste all the AP that I opened. I had opened, I think, 40,000 AP, and so I just set her to hunt monsters, and I was going to see what happened. I haven't had to hunt monsters in a really long time, unless I just wanted to because of events and whatnot. And after the 5.4, the developers made a few changes in what monsters drop. And I was really pleasantly surprised that after a few hours, I checked back in, and I basically had 1.5 plus 20 sets of all level 40 gears, whether it was Majestic or Crimsons or regular Slaughter. And then I had about 2.5 sets of Dark Lord gears, full Dark Lord gears. I was so pleased. I was able to hunt bloodies after that. And then after I got the resources, I was just having a lot of fun building these sets and building this account, that I just kind of kept it in tow. I wasn't real sure what I was going to do with her. Then we had an alliance war, and a Sit 18 came, and they were having the time of their life. They were hopping around hunting. We see them all in invasions, especially, where they just hunt around and they grab everybody's heroes, and no one could really hit them because, the Capital Protectorate, which means that you can only hunt within 16 levels of your Citadel level. So I decided, what the hell, I was going to try and use some of that new gear and hit them. And I hit the wrong thing there. We'll go into mail and battle. And I burned them. I was really stoked. Now they were Sit 18, 33 bill. Most of that was the troop count that they had. They had almost 2.5 billion troops in there. It was really, really surprising. And they just had a ton of fun with their account. And I started having fun with this account. So my goal in this account is to basically see how powerful I can make it while keeping it as small as possible. I don't have any delusions of grandeur. I know that I'm not going to be able to have like a 500 billion hit me while I only have Hero 1 done. Because you need to be Sit 34 to unlock Hero 2. And I'm just not there. I want to try and stay small. Really, really small. So at least at this stage, my goal may be different than what all of y'all are doing with your accounts, which is mine is I don't want to do any sort of researches or anything that I just don't feel are going to give me enough stats for the power that they're going to add. So for that, I'm doing only the important researches. Now, a lot of these researches were done way back when, 2 years ago, that I wouldn't necessarily have done now. I wouldn't have done anything for March Speed. I wouldn't have done anything in Dimensional Battle. I wouldn't have done anything in Production, personally. And I would have been really picky and choosy with Battle in City. Crafting is a big research that I recommend you guys doing if you don't have it done. Partially because of the amplification of base set bonuses that are in here. Also for the enhancement level expansions. And then I also do find benefits in that cost reductions, especially if you're doing a lot of gear. Hero training, I definitely recommend because it adds to getting those guard deputy stats and deployment deputy stats that you need. At least I've done it all the way up to the point where it really gets to face-off stats, which aren't nearly as important defending as they once were. It used to be probably about a year ago where defending and attacking really were close with face-off stats, so it was really easy to win face-off defending if you had your stuff done right. Whereas now with Radiant and level 60 gear, you're pretty much guaranteed not to win face-off while defending no matter what you have put into it. So there is a little bit, I think another 150% total in HP that I could get by doing this, but it's going to add about 6 billion power to me, I believe, if I recall, and I'm not wanting to do that at this point. So I've done hero training up to there. Troop training is also very important, partially for this T6 preemptive strike research. That's the most important one in there. But another one is for the training cost reductions and adding to all your base stats. So troop training is definitely one that you guys should focus on if you are just starting out. And then I did a little bit of battle training just to get those big defense stats. I'm a big fan of that. I kind of am sad that I can't get into these ones without going to Academy 34. But it is what it is. Of course, I cannot do Hero 2 yet because I am not building 34 yet either. So those are what I recommend to focus on, at least at the beginning of your research. If you're not trying to stay small, then eventually you're going to want to get all your researches done, but I definitely recommend having your hero training and your troop training done first. City has some good ones, especially the training cost reduction, which is somewhere in here. This one was also done way back when. But I thought there was a troop training cost reduction. Here we go, 10% total. That's a good one to have done. But there really isn't anything in here until the very end that I would like to have. And again, it's just going to add unnecessary power. If I do decide that I want to curl up and get C34 and maybe expand to be around 100 billion, then those would be excellent researches to put power into. But I just want to stay teeny tiny for now. If you are starting your new account, other than focusing on some of those researches and obviously building up the amount of gear that you should build up, Blood Moon's a great one to focus on. That's going to give you twice the drops as normal as far as monster drops. And any events like the monster event that we just had where the monsters were half off. I'm particularly looking forward now to Dark Moon. That's where I'm hoping to gain a lot of resources that I could use to train some troops. I don't have a lot of troops in here, and I'm not buying a lot. I'm not spending a lot on this account like I do on my other account. So for this one, I did have to spend, I want to say I spent about $100 because I did get one of the White Alert packs that gave me 100 million T4. And then I bought all the way up to through the $50 third anniversary pack, the month-long one. Here we go. You see I haven't bought any of the 99, but I figured that would give me enough resources and all the other stuff that I'm looking for, like the hero XP and the VIP and Lord XP and gold and just all the stuffs that I'm gonna need to really set up my account and kind of give me a head start since I haven't done anything with this account in 2 years. Another way to add a lot of power add a lot of stats without adding a lot of power is your building enhancements. Because I am going single type with this one, or at least I am at the moment. Doing my infantry building enhancement was really important for me to give myself some better infantry stats. The prison was also pretty important for me. For the same reason, it adds troop attack, troop defense, and troop HP. The command center was pretty important, as well as the wall, because the wall is going to it's going to deduct or give a debuff to the archer leverage, which is something that I am going to be weak to. And then a bunch of stuff, of course, the obelisk, I'm putting into obelisk every day, doing my victorious thanks every day, the steeples every day, doing my daily quests so I can get the talus points, as well as getting the super pass tickets. Because all of that is really important, especially with getting resources coming in here. About every 3 days you could pick up one of those massive resource chests. I haven't picked one up recently, so I'll grab one, and that's going to give you your choice of either 54 billion food, 13.5 billion wood, iron, or brain fart, wood, iron, or stone, or 5.4 billion silver. And I definitely need that silver to build up all the gear. Like I'm telling you guys, I'm not even embellishing here. Most of my heroes are not clothed because I'm keeping my power down, but I do have them saved on their equipment slots. And everybody has multiple sets of plus 20 gears available to them or higher. I even got some radiant going here. It's pretty exciting. I love this little account. It's been a lot of fun. I'm tweaking around a lot of stuff with defenses. I know you guys have some questions on that. So as soon as I build a little more troops and I can give you guys some solid answers on maybe helping up defenses on smaller accounts, I'll be filming that on here too. So yeah, here's my introduction with the tiny account or with the new account. What I'm focusing on in particular, that's up to you as to whether you want to focus on that as well. And make sure that you guys, if you have any questions or want to see something on here, I know I get a lot of defense questions. Again, I will hopefully be filming something on that soon on this smaller account, so I can give your newbies an idea, or maybe small accounts ideas of what might be better for them. Of course, everybody's different, and every stats are different, and everybody's attack is different, so it'll just show you one instance of what might be better. But best way to do is to go out there and test, and with these 95% reductions, it's an excellent time to do so. But again, leave any questions, comments down in the information box below. We have Dark Moon popping up this weekend. Really excited for that. Great way to get resources to do what you need to do. For me, it is build troops in here. So I'm pretty stoked about that. We got this third anniversary going on, which is giving away a lot of gifts. Make sure you check your mail because they dropped some real cool stuff today. Mr. Lawpin, VIP, World Emoji tickets, equipment engraving stone, and equipment engraving removals, which have been super hard to find. And 100 of them, that's excellent. And make sure you like, subscribe, check out our website at www.ironthroneelite.com. And until next time, my darlings.